What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, how to understand why there's power in the tongue? It's power in the tongue because what you speak it is who and what you are. That part. And like I always say, as a disclaimer, okay, I don't come on here to project my thoughts and opinions on anyone. I'm just sharing my vantage point for where I stand. And I'll share a story with you on how I know that there's power in the tongue. I have a lot of stories, but this one is the one that was a part of my spiritual awakening, the power of the tongue. I used to, and this is going to be a little blunt. So if you can't handle bluntness, I'm not going to use profanity, but I'm just being real here because this is real talk. But if you can't handle bluntness, then click off. But the reason why I say that there's power in the tongue and what you speak will be, you have to be careful about what you speak over your life. If it's power in the tongue, you want to speak positivity. You know what I'm saying? Because it's power in the tongue. It makes no sense to speak negativity. You're going to say things that you really want. You know what I'm saying? And again, when you speak it, the universe will bring it to you. However, you don't know how it's going to come to you. And I'm a living witness. And so, again, I'm going to be blunt when I tell you and share this information with you. So, again, if you can't handle bluntness, exit stage left. I mean, right, excuse me, because you're going the right way. But I'm a female. I'm a woman, right? Who all women, not all, but young girls get menstrual cycles, right? And I don't know one woman that likes having a menstrual cycle. And some of us women, when we have menstrual cycles, we can get grumpy, we can get um, cramps, bloating, you know. It's a lot of hormonal things that happen to women when they have menstrual cycles. You can have heavy bleeding. You can have a lot of discomfort when you have your menstrual cycle. And when I used to get my menstrual cycle, I hated it. I hated it with a passion. And I didn't know that what I was speaking into existence. I didn't know that. And I used to always say all the time, I hate my periods. I hate it. I want to have a hysterectomy. I used to say that all the time. I want a hysterectomy because I felt like if I had a hysterectomy, I had already had 5 children. So I didn't care about having more kids. Plus, I had a tubal ligation, so I wasn't trying to get pregnant no more anyway. So I felt like, what's the point of me having a menstrual cycle if I'm not going to have any more kids? But I used to always say all the time, I want a hysterectomy. I want a hysterectomy. But I would say that whenever I had my menstrual cycle. I was speaking that into existence and didn't know it. Fast forward to 2017. And prior to 2017, I started getting real, real small, losing weight, and didn't know I was anemic. I was losing blood and didn't know what was going on with me. I used to have chest pains, all kind of stuff. I didn't know what was going on. I just thought I was lucky in losing weight because I always wanted to, lose some weight because I gained a lot of weight when I had my kids. I had got overweight, and like really overweight. I tipped the 300 scale. After I had my fifth child, I weighed 321 pounds after I had my last child. So I got big, and so. But when used to have my menstrual cycle, I used to be like, I hate my periods. I hate it. I want a hysterectomy. Come to find out, going to the doctor trying to find out what was wrong with me. Why am I having these chest pains? I'm thinking because, heart problems run in my family. My mother had, congestive heart failure she had, because she's not here anymore. But my mother had congestive heart failure, and I'm thinking I got heart problems. And it just, I'm trying to check, but come to find out that wasn't the case. And I had a fibroid tumor as big as a softball, because I went to a hematologist, and then they sent me to a OBGYN, and the OBGYN did a ultrasound, and that's when the tumor was discovered. And he showed me how big it was. It was big as a softball. So basically they had to remove it. I had to have a hysterectomy. So they had to remove my uterus, my fallopian tubes, my cervix, and I was left with my ovaries. And that's what I have right now to this day. And so why I say that there's power in the tongue, that you have to be careful about what you ask for, because you just might get it. That's real. And I'm a living witness. And you will probably say, just because that happened to you don't mean it's going to happen to me. And you're absolutely right, because I'm not on here to project. I'm only on here to show you my vantage point and get you to understand why I share the knowledge and information I have. Because, see, sometimes I had a conversation with someone to say, you're not supposed to tell people certain things. And I'm like, well, knowledge, as you get older and you gain knowledge, it turns into wisdom. And what's the point in having wisdom if you don't share it with people? And a lot of times people take things the wrong way. They hear things wrong. That's not my problem. That's not my intention when I come on here to share information like that. And I'm only sharing from where I can, from where I'm standing, for what I can see. And I don't share it to wish it on you. I share it to show you, be careful. You know what I'm saying? And if you go and speak things about you or anyone else, don't speak negativity over anyone. You speak positivity. You know what I'm saying? Because it's power in that tongue. And I had to learn that my own self. And that's why I'm saying, we get awakenings at different intervals in our life. And you don't just get a spiritual awakening. The spirit is the mind. Your mind don't get awakened to everything all at once. It's levels to this. And the more you evolve and grow as a person, the higher you vibrate, the more you can see the truth that's in front of you. You learn different things, and you'll realize the mistakes that you made, and you correct them. And like I used to share with my own children, do you want to learn from your own mistakes, or you want to learn from other people? And sometimes people choose to learn from their own mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to be that one to learn from your own mistakes. You can learn from someone else's, but you won't know to learn from someone else's unless they shared it with you. And I know, so, sometimes when people are traumatized, and they may not know that they're traumatized, they take you sharing information with them as, I don't know what they're taking it as, because I can't jump into another person's spirit and try to figure out what they own, mentally. All I know is that my intentions are good when I share information. And so I'm just trying to get you to understand, from what I see and where I stand, why I say that there's power in the tongue. And that's why I choose to say things that I want. That's why I choose to say I'm going to be a multi-billionaire. That's why I choose to say I'm going to own multiple businesses. I change my mind due to circumstances and situations. But at the end of the day, it's all based on what happens to me. I don't control what other people are doing. I can only control myself, and it's sad that, when you try to put information out to help people, they get offended by it. But, I can't worry about that. I focus on positivity, and I really want people to really, really understand how serious it is. You have to say things that you really mean, and not say things that you don't. And even as adults, we still make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And, it's like, I was forced. I used to say God a lot, but that's just a choice word. I was forced into this. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I chose to get up here and start sharing information. I was forced to do it. And it's like, when you being called, you have to do what you have to do it. It ain't no ifs and buts about it. You know what I'm saying? And so again, and I'm letting you know that power in the tongue. I'm doing what I'm called to do, and I do it because I love it. Because me sharing information with other people, it do make me feel good, because I know that if I help one person, then I did my job. It only take one. You know what I'm saying? Just like it only take one bad apple to spoil a bunch. It take one good apple to change a bunch. You know what I'm saying? And that's my goal, is to change and make things better, not make things worse. So that's just basically, the information I wanted to share. And just like I said, I don't come on here to project. I'm not trying to manipulate people's minds or whatever people be thinking, and I can't worry about how people think. I know that my intentions are pure, and you can take it for what it's worth. But that's all I got for you. And I holla though. One love. Peace.